I think Dubois can stop him. Yeah. He stopped him last time. That body shot I've seen given 100 times over before. I've got a huge admiration for Oleksandr Usyk, probably the best of our generation, but if there's one man who's going to stop Usyk now after he's gone through Joshua and Fury, Dubois the final man, and there's a great Brit. And having known Daniel Dubois, I'll be backing Daniel Dubois every step of the way.
Johnny Fisher refuses to sugarcoat Dubois' reality against Usyk, but his belief in Dubois' chances is pure delusion. Dubois had his shot and crumbled under pressure like a cheap chair, exposing himself as a fighter who folds when it matters most. Fisher points to Dubois' body shot as proof of his power, but let's not rewrite history. Usyk shook it off and came back with a vengeance. That so-called power meant nothing when Dubois wilted, unable to capitalize on his supposed advantage. Fisher's respect for Usyk contradicts his own argument. He calls Usyk the best of this generation, yet believes Dubois, who's already been exposed, can dethrone him? It's wishful thinking at best, outright delusion at worst. Usyk has dominated bigger, better, and tougher fighters, so why would Dubois, the man who already failed, suddenly be his kryptonite?
Dubois is a different animal to who he was 18 months ago. I was sparring him about 18 months ago, 2 years ago now, and he's come on leaps and bounds since then. Through fighting Jarrell Miller, through fighting Hrgovic, and obviously the camps for Joe Parker, they'll all be in the bank, and I'll be backing him. I think he could be the favourite going into that fight.
Tonight. Fisher's unwavering belief in Dubois' so-called transformation is nothing short of fantasy. Dubois has been thrown into deep waters and, instead of emerging as a predator, he's barely staying afloat. Fisher reminisces about sparring sessions from 18 months ago, but that's irrelevant when Dubois has repeatedly failed on the big stage. Facing names like Jarrell Miller and Filip Hrgovic might look good on paper, but when it mattered against true elites like Joe Parker, Dubois was exposed. Moreover, Fisher's claim that Dubois could be a favorite against Usyk is beyond laughable. In their last fight, Usyk toyed with him before finishing the job. Nothing Dubois has done since suggests a different outcome. Shutting him down with ease, has Dubois really transformed, or is this just another empty narrative to hype up a fighter who's already shown his limits? The answer is clear, but some refuse to see it.
Does Dubois do it second time against Usyk? He gets outboxed, yeah?
He gets outboxed again.
Does he get stopped?
Quite potentially. Potentially, sure. Nobody's beaten Oleksandr Usyk. You know, I don't want to make it sound too cliche, but for me, where heavyweight boxing is concerned, he's head and shoulders. He's Premier League and everybody else is First Division. As much as I like Dubois, and Dubois is improving all the time, still not got what it takes in my eyes to beat Usyk.
Let us know your thoughts in the comments below, and don't forget to like and subscribe. Meanwhile, Duke McKenzie refuses to entertain the fantasy that Daniel Dubois can dethrone Oleksandr Usyk. In his eyes, Dubois is walking straight into disaster, and this time, the ending could be even uglier. Usyk didn't just beat Dubois, he dismantled him, made him question himself, and exposed the glaring flaws in his game. While some claim Dubois has improved, McKenzie isn't buying it. That so-called progress means nothing when facing a generational talent who has already toyed with him once. Usyk isn't a stationary target waiting to be caught. He's a puzzle Dubois has already failed to solve. Usyk is a chess master in a game where Dubois barely knows the rules. While many love to talk about Dubois' power, that excuse is worn out. Usyk has already neutralized bigger punchers.
Get a fight for Joe Parker, which has happened. And Joe showed you what the role he's on at the moment. I mean, he actually done a job, didn't he, at the end of the day?
Andy Lee says Usyk. He also says Dubois. I know you're in the conversation of Dubois, Usyk. What do you do with Joe Parker?
There's lots of things there to be done, and we will do them. I mean, there's no doubt about that. There's lots of... Sorry, I can't hear it.
And there's no reason to believe Dubois will suddenly figure him out. The truth is, this rematch isn't a challenge, it's a mismatch. On the other side, Frank Warren isn't wasting any time. He's making it clear that the biggest fights are coming, and Oleksandr Usyk is at the center of it all, with a long list of challengers lining up. Warren knows exactly how to navigate boxing politics to make the right fights happen. With Queensberry Promotions backing him, He ensures his fighters get the opportunities they deserve. Usyk's next opponent will be no exception. Timing is everything, and Warren is confident the right fight will land at the perfect moment. Meanwhile, the looming question over the division remains. Does Usyk continue his reign of dominance, or is there final?
I don't think there's any malice in terms of him pulling out because he's hurt.
No.
I think he was ill. I think it happened, and he, probably thought, I'll beat Parker, then I'll fight Usyk.
Yeah.
The Parker fight hasn't happened. In Daniel's position, naturally you're gonna chase the biggest fight out there in Usyk. From Joe's position, you're gonna be annoyed, but unfortunately that is boxing as a voluntary defense. If the champion pulls out,
Finally, a heavyweight who can take him down. With Joseph Parker making waves, the answer might come sooner than expected. Others are circling for a shot, and the division is on the verge of a shakeup. The heavyweight chessboard is set, but who will make the winning move? Meanwhile, Simon Jordan and Chris Billam-Smith's heated clash on TalkSport ripped the lid off Daniel Dubois' withdrawal from the Parker fight, exposing the brutal reality behind it. Jordan didn't mince words. He's convinced Dubois wasn't genuinely sick, but strategically ducked a fight he wasn't ready for. In his view, Dubois had his eyes locked on Usyk, banking on a bigger payday while assuming Parker could wait. Billam-Smith, though less ruthless in his approach, acknowledged the harsh truth of boxing politics, admitting that these decisions rob fans of the fights they deserve. Moreover, the missed opportunity.
And from Daniel's side of things, he's going, well, Usyk's now looking for that dance partner. They want the undisputed. It's a natural fight.
And he feels he's robbed in the first fight, Daniel.
Yeah.
So he's going to want that. And it's just an unfortunate.
Only fueled growing skepticism around Dubois. Does he truly want the biggest fights, or is he just picking his battles? Now, with the Usyk fight looming, there's no room for excuses. Will Dubois step up and prove himself, or will he crumble again under pressure? One thing is certain, there's no hiding this time. Chris Billam-Smith didn't hold back, making it clear that Daniel Dubois is standing at a crucial crossroads. His next move will define his future. With Usyk firmly in his sights, Chris Billam-Smith revealed that Dubois believes he was wronged in their first encounter, fueling his relentless desire for a rematch. However, Billam-Smith wisely points out how complex. Meanwhile, Frank Warren wasted no time diving into the whirlwind surrounding Usyk, making it clear that he is fully committed to delivering the biggest and most exciting matchups.
He says Usyk. He also says Dubois. I know you're in the conversation of Dubois Usyk. What do you do with your partner?
There's lots of things there to be done, and we will do them. I mean, there's no doubt about that. There's lots of. Sorry, I can't hear it. There's lots of things that we can look at, lots of permutations, and we'll get there at the end of the day with a really good fight for Joe. I mean, he's on the Queensbury team. We'll make sure we.
There's no beating around the bush. Warren confidently states that a long list of potential opponents is waiting for Usyk. Regardless of the path taken, a massive showdown is on the horizon. With so many moving parts, Warren knows exactly what needs to fall into place to make it all happen. He doesn't mince words. Usyk will get the elite-level fight he deserves, no matter what. Standing firm with Queensbury Promotions, Warren is laser-focused on ensuring his fighters get their chance to shine, and Usyk's next big battle is at the top of the list. It all comes down to timing, precision, and making that dream fight a reality. The future is set, and the best is yet to come. Meanwhile, Daniel Dubois has made a move that's impossible to.
Now that you're better, all of a sudden, he wants Usyk. I don't believe he really wanted to fight Joseph Parker in the first place. I think when he beat AJ, it was in his mind already that he wanted Usyk. I don't want that banana peel fight. I might fight somebody and lose, and then I don't get the Usyk fight. And pretty much, this is pussy. This is a bitch-made move. I don't give a fuck.
To ignore. He's exposed himself as someone who never had the courage to face Joseph Parker in the first place. The moment he barely scraped past Anthony Joshua, his eyes were fixed firmly on Usyk, too afraid to take a genuine risk that could jeopardize his payday. As for Parker, He's a nightmare matchup, a fighter who could completely unravel Dubois' carefully crafted image. So what did Dubois do? He pulled the ultimate move, backing out with excuses born out of fear, fully aware that Parker was the real test. And now, suddenly, he's ready for Usyk? The truth is, Dubois isn't looking for competition, he's angling for survival. Daniel Dubois is chasing a big payday, hoping greatness will fall into his lap without truly earning it. If he truly believed in his abilities, he would have stepped up against Joseph Parker and earned his shot the hard way. Instead, he's dodging real threats. So, is he a genuine contender or just another hype
He's got to be able to get them power shots off, but, against somebody like him, Usyk's not chinny. So, he's got his work cut out.
Job avoiding real challenges? Peter Fury isn't fooled, he sees the harsh reality unfolding. Dubois is walking straight into a nightmare. Power means absolutely nothing when you can't land a clean punch, and against Usyk, Dubois will be chasing shadows. Let's be honest, Usyk isn't some fragile heavyweight waiting to be knocked out. He's a ring general, a technician who dismantles bigger, stronger opponents like they're amateurs. Dubois had a golden opportunity to prove himself against Parker. What did he do? He bailed, and now, out of nowhere, he's suddenly ready to face Usyk? This isn't bravery, it's pure delusion. Dubois is clinging to the hope of landing a lucky punch. But what happens when that punch never lands? What's left is a fighter who crumbles under pressure. Usyk will make him miss, tear him apart, and expose him for what he truly is. Do you really believe Dubois will last more than 6 rounds?
I disagree. I'm in the gym every day and I see these punches, and I've looked at that punch time and time again. It's in the groin, in between the hip and the pelvis. Get it there, and it'll put any heavyweight right off. So, no, it was definitely it was a low shot. Usyk, have we seen him wince to the body? Yeah, for sure. But he's got to get them shots there, hasn't he? And Usyk seems so far to have all the answers.
Rounds? Or is this just another masterclass in destruction from Usyk? Peter Fury certainly isn't buying Dubois' excuses. That so-called controversial low blow against Usyk, a blatant, cheap shot. Fury, having reviewed the footage repeatedly, sees right through it. Dubois didn't land a clean body shot. He went low, whether out of desperation or cowardice. And let's not forget, this is the same Dubois who quit against Joe Joyce and ran from Parker. Now suddenly he's crying foul over Usyk. Come on. Meanwhile, Usyk has already proven time and again that he can take body shots and still find a way to dominate. He's faced harder punchers, smarter boxers, and tougher fighters than Dubois, and he beat them all. Dubois, though? He has yet to show he can handle a real challenge without folding under pressure. When Usyk breaks him down again, will Dubois have another excuse, or will he finally admit he's just not on that level? If you're enjoying this breakdown, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more.